Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you catch this. This is going to be a general reading for Taurus for April 1st through April 18th. It is a general reading, so it can cover anything from love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And if it doesn't resonate and you know your birth time, you can always get a free birth chart online just by Googling it and finding out your other placements, for instance, your sun, rising, moon, and Venus signs. So always feel free to check out my other zodiac sign readings as well. I also wanted to say that whenever you see this message is meant for you. So for instance, this could resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, since time is fluid. And also wanted to say real quick before we get started that if you want to subscribe and you like this video, it is free. So all you have to do is click the bottom bell icon and make sure that it's active. Okay, so before we get into your reading here, Taurus, and I have pulled all of your tarot cards ahead of time, I did want to show you guys real quick. I've been working on some zodiac candles. So this is the Taurus one. And so if you want to get a candle reading, you can check out my website. Everything is in the description box below. All right, with that being said, let's do a quick sound bell for some general healing and grounding for the reading. So if you want to, and you feel comfortable, you can take a deep breath in and out. All right, Taurus, let's get into your reading here. If you're new, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. So we're going to start with your first main 6 tarot cards here and then get into your tarot confirmation cards after. I'll just set my timer here. All right, Taurus. So you have 5 of Wands in reverse, the Magician upright, 2 of Cups upright, the Hanged Man upright, the Tower upright, and the Sun in reverse. Okay, and I also wanted to say real quick that the first row is energy starting around April 1st. It's not exact, maybe a little bit before, a little bit after, going through that first week and into the weekend. And then the second row here is the second week and weekend, till about April 18th. Okay, again, it's not exact. All right. So Taurus, to start off your reading here, you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. This is a card that you do want to see in the reverse position because it's talking about you letting down some defensive energy that you might have had from the past. And again, Taurus, if this isn't you, this could be the person you're dealing with or just your general environment here, okay? But yeah, I will show you the card. So normally when it's upright, you see this honey badger here, and they're in this really defensive position. And, when you see this card in other decks, there would be like 5 men. Looks like they're fighting, but they're not actually fighting. They're playing and they're practicing for something, okay? But since it came in the reverse position for you, it's talking about letting down some of your defenses and getting more into that playful practicing energy. Okay, for some of you, since it is a general reading, it means that you need to do that more. But it just depends, since it is a general reading. If it's not that, then it's just saying that you are letting down a lot of defenses. Okay, and that's kind of the energy that starts off this month for April for you, Taurus. Now your second card is a beautiful card. It's the Magician card upright. Okay, so this is all about being able to manifest things in your reality in the 3D world and the 5D world. So 3D is our physical world, 5D is the spiritual subconscious world. Okay, so you see this fox jumping over all of the tools that is in the traditional tarot, right? So you have the wands, the cups, the pentacles, and the sword, okay? And you also see there's a little tiny infinity symbol right here above the fox that you see in a lot of the magician cards as well, that talks about the timeless energy, tapping into the divine, tapping into your own magic. Just really, really nice energy here. Okay, Taurus. And then, towards maybe towards, the weekend, or that first week here in April, there's also some type of union that's coming in for you, because you have the Two of Cups upright. So the Two of Cups talks about, can be a union with different parts of yourself, can be a union with a romantic partner, can be a deeper level of friendship developing, or deeper understanding with family, something like that. But it's talking about an equal give and take with these two cups here. And it's also talking about, with the crab here in its shell, like being more vulnerable, and coming out of your shell a little bit here. So that's some beautiful energy for you here, Taurus, that's following the Magician card, okay? And I will get into, also, I have been recently pulling the top and the bottom of each deck. So when we go over the confirmation cards, I'll get into that as well. Okay. But your fourth card here is the Hanged Man in the upright position. This is a card that talks about looking at something from a new perspective. Okay. So normally, you have this ant here, right? And they're in a tunnel and they're on the ceiling, right? Like they're not on the ground, okay? So when you see the Hanged Man, he's usually upside down if it's a man, okay? So it's just saying the positive aspect of this card is looking at something. You need to look at something, or you already are looking at something from a new perspective. And it can be because, since it's following the Two of Cups, that whatever this union for you was, this equal give and take, leads you to want, or to be more open at looking at something from a different angle or a different perspective here. Now, I do want to say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 major arcana tarot cards here, Taurus. So that talks about a lot of change happening for you during this first 2 weeks or so of April, okay? And I say that because your 5th card here is literally the Tower, right? So the Tower card upright is nothing to be scared of. It just talks about change. It can be small changes, it can be big changes, but the main thing here is the lightning that's hitting the top of this mound, right? Well, normally it would be a tower, okay? So that talks about your crown chakra. That talks about receiving spiritual downloads, revelations, enlightenment. Whatever happens, whatever this change is, it's going to bring all this new enlightenment. And even more so too, because it is following the Hanged Man, right? Looking at something from a new perspective. And then bam, you have all this change, okay? Now, Taurus, it could be some of these changes or new perspectives that you're having, spiritual downloads, enlightenment, can be very hard for you at this time because there is so much change going on here, because the last card you have in the main 6 is the Sun in the reverse. Okay, so this talks about not feeling at peace with something, feeling restless, a little bit of stagnant energy, and resisting this enlightenment, this spiritual downloads you might be having. Okay, all of those things we just talked about, all right? So normally when the Sun card is upright, you see this lemur here, and he's like looking like he's meditating, he's very peaceful, he's looking up at the sun. So the sun is the brightest tarot card that is in the deck, right? And it usually talks about some type of youthful energy. So you could also, for some of you, not wanting to deal with younger people or people that bring up this youthful energy for you, but I don't feel that that's for everybody. I really just feel that it's resisting, whatever this enlightenments were for you during this time, okay? But nothing lasts forever, so I'll just say that too. And you have a lot of positive cards here as well. So this is the perfect time. We're going to go over your confirmation cards, okay? So from the Llewellyn deck, which is your confirmation cards that I pull from, you have the Page of Cups on the top of the deck, and you have the Three of Wands on the bottom here. Okay, so when you pull from the top and the bottom of the deck, this is underlining energy for your whole reading here, just giving us more insight. So this could be saying that in the recent past, you had some type of small offer from a person, or you gave a small offer to a person, or just a small offer came in from the universe, okay? And this took you out of your observational place you were in before, this energy of not quite ready, not quite sure which path to take yet, okay? Because with the Four of Wands energy, he's looking at all these ships here, and he's doing a lot of people watching, and he's deciding what to do, okay? But he hasn't made the decision yet. But this also speaks of possible celebrations in the future, okay, with all these ribbons here and the growth on top of the wands. Okay, and also with this Page of Cups at the top of your deck here, this speaks of wanting to control your emotions. You're starting to get a handle on that in the recent past, and you're wanting to grow and move forward, and you're embracing this peaceful energy. Okay. Now, what was on the top and the bottom of your Animal Totem Tarot, the main 6 that we did here, you have Ace of Swords on the top, beautiful, and Seven of Swords in the reverse, also beautiful energy. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is having a lot of mental clarity, playfulness with the panda, and here, this card, the Seven of Swords, is definitely a card you want to see in the reverse position, okay? Because when it's upright, it's mental confusion, anxiety, overthinking, and worry, and not being fully grounded with this. I actually think this one is the meerkat. The other one I did for another reading was a ground squirrel, but I think this is actually a meerkat here. Okay, but like I said, it's beautiful that it's in the position that it's in the reverse or upside down for you, Taurus, because it talks about letting go of any type of confusion in the recent past and embracing this mental clarity. Again, the Ace of Swords, okay, talks about very similar energy to the Magician card, okay, because the sword is upright. So this can talk about being more creative, being more having, sorry, let me put this card here, it keeps falling, having more fertile things in your life, fertility, right? You don't have to be a woman or wanting to have a baby for that to resonate, okay, because the sword is up. So sometimes that's seen as like that phallic energy, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a lot of abundance and mental clarity, but really nice. Okay, so now that we talked about that, we'll get into what's on the table here for your confirmation cards. So you have 10 of Cups in the upright position, 10 of Wands in the reverse position, and Temperance in the reverse. Okay. So with this 10 of Cups in the upright position, there's this happy couple here. There's rainbows in the background, kids playing. Okay, all the cups are upright. So this speaks about contentment, like the ultimate happiness, but it can also speak of having a lot of pressure and having expectations too high, possibly. Okay, but when you were at the beginning of this month, Taurus, whatever your idea of ultimate happiness or contentment is, that is what brought you out of this defensive energy. That is what got you into more of a planning and playful mood, or what you still need to do. Okay, right? You started to put the defenses down, but you still need to do a little bit more planning and playfulness to find your 10 of Cups. Now, when the 10 of Cups upright is also confirming the Hanged Man in reverse, this is more of the energy where I said there could be a lot of pressure that you're putting on yourself, or someone else is putting it on you, or just in your general environment for these really high expectations. And so, like I said before, when the Hanged Man comes in, it's saying, look at something from a different perspective, or don't make the expectations so high. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, that kind of thing. Now, also I wanted to say real quick before we move on, 10 is a completion number, right? So it could be for some of you guys that you are completing something. It talks about beginnings and endings as well. Okay, so that was in the background, kind of like in your past, you know, why these certain cards came up here. But then you have 10 of Wands, sorry, in the reverse position. So when 10 of Wands in reverse shows up, this is an energy of resisting some type of ending or a new beginning. Um, it also talks about, it's like a balance between caring too much and caring too little, if that makes sense. Let me show you the card in the upright position. So you see this old guy here, and he's almost at the top of these stairs. He's been on a long journey. He's got all these wands on his back. He's got the white hair that shows his experience that he's put in. And then very far in the background, you see this castle here. Okay, so he's almost there, right? So if this was upright like this, it would be 10, just like the 10 of cups upright. So completion, the ending of one phase, beginning of another. But it was reversed for you, okay? So there is a little bit of resistance here. Or it's not resistance, it's just not quite time yet for whatever this new beginning could be. It's also not quite time yet for this ending, okay? So it could just be like a pause button for some of you guys. But when this 10 of Wands is confirming the Magician upright here, this is basically just reminding you that you do have the power to manifest and create magic in your life and create abundance, whatever that may be for you, because abundance is more than just money. But, you know, this is, trying to think of the right way to say it. Yeah, it's almost like a little bit of, for some of you, I'm feeling like lack of confidence in some way. Because, you know, when the Magician is upright, they're very confident. Okay, they know that they can create magic. They're manifesting. They have all the tools of the tarot here, like I said. And so when it's confirming the 10 of Wands in reverse, you're quite not ready for this new beginning or this ending yet because you feel self-confident in some way. You feel like it's not the right time or something like that, okay? But, you know, sometimes the universe will come in and make this change happen, whether you're ready for it or not, right? That happens to all of us. But, you know, when this 10 of Wands, again, is over here confirming the Tower upright, it's basically saying that you do have experience, okay? You are almost at the end of something and the beginning of something new. And the more that you embrace this lightning, this scary change, whatever it is for you, the faster you can get to this new beginning and do whatever ending you need to do. Sorry, I got super quiet. Just want to have a little music here. All right, and then your last confirmation card here, Taurus, is the Temperance card in reverse. So there is something a little bit out of balance here towards like the middle of April, right? So it could be that whatever this union is for you, this give and take with the Two of Cups upright, it could be a little bit scary, right? Because I said there's all this change happening. And so you're resisting going deep in some way. You're just starting to come out of your shell, right, with the crab here. And so let me just show you. Yes, right on the bell. When the Temperance card is upright, this woman is underwater with a water pitcher at a well. I mean, it's like so cool. It's like, how much more deep can you get? How much more water can you get? Water is emotions, it's the subconscious, okay? The ability to go from you know, the 3D to the 5D, the physical to the spiritual subconscious is very complementary, you know, to the Magician card as well, right? But since it's in reverse for you, I just feel like you're not quite there yet to go all the way deep with this union. And that could be because it's brand new, right? Or it's just a lot. It's a lot to process. So always take your own intuition above anyone else's and, you know, do what's right for you. Don't rush into anything, but also don't be too scared to like miss an opportunity, I would say. Okay. So when this Temperance card is also confirming the Sun in reverse, you know, again, this resistance, this restless energy, this not wanting to process the enlightenment. You want to slow things down more. You don't want this youthful energy around you. It doesn't have to be like actually a younger person or kids per se, but um, these three cards are very similar, right? With the Ten of Wands in reverse, too. It's like you want to slow something down a little bit here. And I don't see that as a bad thing as long as you don't miss your opportunity. And of course, your, what's the way to say it? As long as you're communicating that to yourself or to the people around you, that maybe you need a little bit more time to feel comfortable with something, to go all the way deep, to receive all this change that's happening for you. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Taurus, as far as the tarot. So I'm going to put this up here and grab you some quick confirmation cards. So just give me a moment to tap back into your energy. I also wanted to say I turned off the comments just because when I'm doing the lives for the next couple days, my schedule has been all over the place, and so I don't have time to do quick little mini readings, but I will turn the comments back on again, and hopefully in the future I can do more readings that just are for people who want to ask questions. Okay, so I just wanted to say that too. All right, let me get back into your energy here, Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Earth sign Taurus, the bull. What does Taurus need to see? What does Taurus need to know for their highest good? April 1st through April 18th, Taurus. Okay. Let me get these cards out of the way here. Okay, so beautiful. I don't know if I mentioned it when we were talking about the Temperance card in the reverse, that it also talks about some type of imbalance, okay? When the Temperance card is upright, it talks about patience. There could be something towards this time, right, towards mid-April for you, Taurus, where other people might have lack of patience, or you might have lack of patience with yourself or other people. But this oracle card that came out for you is the Keeper of the Scales, okay? So there's a woman that's holding two scales, almost like the Justice card, and it says fairness and balance, okay? So just make sure, like I said, you're being fair to yourself and communicating what you need or kind of where you're at, and being fair to other people too. All right. Excuse me, I need a sip of water. Okay, let's get your last oracle card here, Taurus, before you go. This is the Rebecca Campbell deck. It's one of my newer oracle decks. I really like it. And I think it's the Starseed Oracle, but yeah, it's in the description box. So anyway, really pretty imagery. So let me just get back into your energy here, Taurus. Final messages for Taurus. Final messages for Taurus. April 1st through April 18th. What does Taurus need to see? What does Taurus need to know for their highest good? Taurus. Okay. It was like sliding out of my hand, and I was like, come back. Okay, let me put that over there. This is cool. So there's like this figure in the middle, and it's blue, and it almost looks like they're in, I think the place is Petra, or like some kind of, doesn't have to be exact. I'm not an archaeologist, but it's like this old building here in the background, and they're standing in the doorway. Anyway, it says the blue flame. And it says spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Hold it like this so you can read it too if you want. Okay, so that might be a message for some of you guys at this time. And I would show this again with the Tower card upright and the Sun in reverse. There's going to be a spontaneous awakening. There's going to be a lot of change that comes through, whether you want it to or not. So it's saying embrace it, integrate it the best way that you can. All right. So those are the messages that I can't talk anymore. The messages that I have for you, Taurus. So, always feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or privately if you want, if this resonated for you in any way. I will say real quick that I'm going to take a picture like I always do of all the cards if you ever want to look at it up close or at a later time. So I'll do that, off screen. But basically, if you want to check that out, you can go to my website, MalesseaMagicLight.com, or just click in the little description box below. Click on my website, click on the Facebook link. Once on Facebook, you'll see the Taurus reading that I'll post after this live is done. And the first comment will just be one picture of all the cards if you're like me and you're visual and you just want to see it or something. So anyway, thank you guys so much for your energy and your time. And I hope you have a good day or night whenever you see this. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Bye.